Greetings, YouTube. This is Sixus, and I'm here with...
EV Sceptile, hello!
Yeah, we just realized that the new Banlist is out, so we're going to quickly find it, given that it's on... I'm looking at it on YG Organization. So, you have it up?
It's only fair to warn you that, I have it up, by the way. It's only fair to warn you that I don't really know too much about the most popular decks and everything. So I can't really give much of an opinion on cards like that, that are meta.
Okay.
But, like, for stuff that is, like, generic stuff or whatever, or stuff that's been on there before, I know, more about it, so.
Yeah, so, we're both at the top of the list?
Yep.
Okay, we're ready. And I see that they've forbidden Samsara Lotus.
Sarah Lotus.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to look at this one.
Actually, that was the one they just brought back, added in Duel Links for the YuGiOh event. It's the one that can special itself back during the end phase, in attack position, if it's in the graveyard. But if it's during your standby phase, you have to pay 1,000 life points. Yeah.
So it's banned?
Yeah. I'm not too sure why, though.
Let's see.
Nightmare Goblin. That's the one that allowed you to get additional normal summon. Okay, I'm glad to see that gone.
Right.
M-X-Saber Vocal.
Oh.
I'm kind of sad by that. Limited A Assault Call. Has ABC really been doing anything of note?
I have not seen anything.
Stratos is at 1. Stratos.
Stratos.
Morphing Jaw. We got Morphing Jaw. Electromite's at 1. It was just released not too long ago. Sci-Fame Lord Omega.
Ooh.
Evil Storm Electron. Evil Storm
Is
Exactine Knight is back at 1. Sweet.
Exciting Knight, yeah.
Yeah.
Card destruction.
A Hero Lives is at 1.
Oh.
Card destruction? Hornet Drones. Yes, take that. Super Poly is back. Hey, we were just talking about doing a challenge.
Now we can play it. Now we can play it.
Cosmo Dark Destroyer is at 2 now.
I see that, yeah.
Yeah. Called by the Grave. Yeah, Called by the Grave pretty much negate any hand trap.
Oh, okay, yeah. I always thought it was designated from the grave. I didn't know it was TCG.
Limiter Removal at 2.
Ooh, that's scary. Ooh, think of all the Ancient Gear Golem stuff I could do. Ooh.
Scapegoat.
Oh, thank God.
I wanted it to... No, this is semi-limited. I would have preferred it to be hit a little bit more, but Terraforming...
Oh,
They actually did it. They actually hit it.
Oh, no. I loved having 3 terraforming. Oh. Why would they do this? If some of the field spells were the problem, nerf the field spells, not the enabler.
Apocalypse Towers is off the list.
Oh.
That pendulum the pendulum challenge we just did is now outdated.
This commander is unlimited.
Yeah. Oh, it got in.
You know what that does?
It got in a water. It's now a once per duel effect. It's now terrible.
That.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. Okay.
Burial
I'm still gonna use it though.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna try to use it.
Burial from a different dimension.
I don't know why that was limited to begin with, to be honest.
Yeah, it was.
It's one of those cards that was on the list and people kind of forgot about it. Ring of Destruction, interesting.
Yeah.
I'm very excited about towers. I am very excited about towers, but even more excited about Stratos. Finally, the meme is dead.
Yes.
The meme is dead.
We freed him. Finally, we freed him.
we complained enough, and now we have him.
Now, and actually this works really good for a hero video we were just talking about doing, so now that's going to be a lot more interesting. As soon as we get the products.
What does Morphing Jar do? Both players discard their entire hands and draw 5 cards. Oh my.
Oh.
Okay, it's only at 1.
Yeah.
So other than... Well, no, I can't even see it doing good in Exodia, because you could discard your stuff. Huh.
And card destruction's finally back. Yeah, that just dawned on me.
Card destruction, isn't that you discard your entire hand?
Yeah.
And
both players discard their entire hand and draw the same amount. Good for deck thinning, and good for decks that play out of the graveyard.
Also good for your opponent.
True.
So yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about I mean, Morphing Jar, I don't think people will use it anyway, just because it's a flip effect. First of all,
Yeah.
second of all, it's only one copy of it, so I doubt you'd be able to see it
And
anyway.
it's what I don't remember what level it is, but I know it's rock. So
I think it's like 2 or something.
yeah, so it's not like it's even searchable.
Yeah. So A Hero Lives is interesting. I bet they did this knowing Stratos is on this list now.
Yeah.
I bet. I bet that's what's going on with that.
And it might
Which
also
I mean,
they
that to me isn't a huge hit anyway, because I mean that's half your life points.
yeah
Most of the
yeah
time you're only gonna use one anyway for the most part, because it's not searchable, so chances of you
A-
getting multiple are slim.
Actually, I'm curious. I'm wondering if they, Stratos, they probably bought that back because of the hero, legendary hero decks collection that's gonna be released
Mm-hmm.
next month. But also, I wonder if a hero lives might be a preventative thing as to some of the other cards they might be releasing in that set.
Maybe.
Yeah, it might be like a safety precaution.
Hmm. I think Cosmo might come back into play.
Yeah, Doctor Story.
little bit now that
I
they have
completely forgot about that. Honestly, Cosmo's been doing nothing surprisingly.
Yeah, and it's so crazy to see that they were so dominant for like, for like a short time, and then, boom, they got their card limited to 1, and then they're just dead.
Yep, and
So
and also there was a kind of related hit where they were going after emergency teleport.
mhm.
Given that could just bring out any of the low level psychic Cosmos. But seriously, M-X-Saber and Vocal.
Now why is that one? Like, is there like a specific reason?
Goki. So
Goki, right?
Yeah, like
right.
as I told you before, Goki started using Gillosaurus, Junk Forward, and I think
That's
Marauding
Right.
Captain. Yeah, there he is. Oh, and that's part
Literally
of why.
anything that can spam the field.
And like I said, they even used Neospace and Aqua Dolphin
Yeah,
because
that's right. He told me that. Yep.
yeah, because there was a level 3 and it could get rid of the hand traps. So yeah, I'm not surprised it got hit. I guess that wouldn't be any way to do it because if they put out one, there's always one copy anyway that they're gonna be having in the extra deck. Because you only need to use the effect once to get the advantage of it.
But yeah, the only thing I really am kind of negative about is terraforming. I
Yeah.
really enjoy using 3 terraforming, and I've enjoyed that for a while now. That's gonna hurt. Like, think about it. Nerfing terraforming makes other decks that don't have alternative ways of searching for their field spell. It
Yeah,
hurts them even more. Like, I know Ancient Gears are irrelevant, and technically they're not even used, which they should be. They're good, but Ancient Gears basically, I can't search my Gear Town turn 1 combo with that. I can't search that easily anymore with was it Catapult, with
Yeah.
literally any deck that involves a field spell, unless you have alternative ways of searching your cards from your deck to your hand, whether it be monster effects or spell or trap effects, whatever. You're gonna have a harder time doing that now, and
But-
I don't agree. I don't agree with that. If there's a certain field spell that's making the deck broken, don't nerf terraforming. Nerf the field spell.
but real quick, I just want to acknowledge 2 things. First of all, in Japan they have it at 1, so at least
Dang.
we're not we're not in that kind of situation. And also, gotta remember we have Metaverse, which is pretty much that as a trap card, but you
Yeah.
have not only can it add to your hand, it can straight up activate from the deck, which
But it's-
can potentially get around cards like anti-spell.
True, but the only problem I have with that is, of course, it's a trap, so it's delayed.
Yeah,
So it makes it harder. Like, if I wanted to do my turn 1 combo with Gear Town and Catapult, I'm gonna keep referring to this the entire video.
yeah.
But if I wanted to do that, I would have to now wait a turn if I wanted to use Metaverse a lot. Now, I think Metaverse, like, you're probably already using that in stuff like Crawler anyway, because Crawler kind of want their field spells to be kind of like a surprise sometimes.
Yeah,
For the flip destruction effect to return them or whatever.
yeah,
I
and,
forget what it does.
yeah, and also
Yeah.
it can give you advantage of having effectively a bluff trap. So if they do have spell trap destruction, they could
Yeah.
try and get rid of that. In which point you just activate it, bring out the field spell, and they didn't touch your face down solemn.
Right. And they've wasted their spell and trap destruction, so they can't
Yeah.
even destroy the field spell unless they have another one in their hand.
Now,
So
real quick, we kind of have to get straight to this. A Assault Core.
yeah, I'm not sure why that card is limited now. I haven't seen ABC in the spotlight for a while.
Me neither. And here's my other question. Why that one specifically?
I think it's because it searches, if I'm correct.
No, that's B. B searches.
Huh. If this card is sent from the field to grave, you can add one other Union monster from your grave to your hand. Yeah, that's just a recycler.
Yeah.
I guess the only thing that would make it, I would say, have a slight edge above the others is its equipped monster is immune to monster effects. But I mean, if you even limit any of them to 2, that makes ABC, I would say, probably unplayable at that point.
Yeah,
Borderline unplayable
they
because
put-
you can't bring it out easy now. I think you would literally laughably have to use Ojamas with the Ojama quick play just to get this one card that you have to run in your deck now, just one, to the field. That's really lame.
Actually,
because this deck wasn't. I don't think this deck was winning any like top tier stuff.
it would occasionally show up, but it was never a top contender. And also,
Yeah.
for the record, it is searchable because the field spell can search it out, Union Hangle, when it's activated.
True.
So, it's not that difficult to bring out. It's just like, I guess the only thing is that it stops you from being able to make ABC twice, but then again, with the links, you will always having trouble doing that.
Right. Another thing is, since its effect says add one other Union monster from the graveyard to your hand, it doesn't mean except itself. It just means this card in particular. So you can't just infinitely add it back to your hand.
Yeah.
But now it's only at 1. So this recycle effect literally can't bring this card back to your hand if you wanted it.
No.
So it can't bring it. You can't recycle them back, basically, because you only have 1, which is really lame. I think. I mean, where was this whenever ABC was top tier?
I know. It's just like
Where was this?
okay.
They
To be
nerfed
fair,
dinosaurs, but they
Now-
didn't nerf this.
now to be fair, they do. It's Konami. They do have a bad habit of hitting things when it's no longer needed, like Cyber
Right.
Angels and Duel Links.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm just viewing this as the equivalent of hitting Cyber Petite Angel, because it's just like it's not. I don't know
They were already
why.
dead.
It
They
was,
were already practically dead, pretty much. So
Yeah.
It just made it even worse.
but real quick, the other thing that is also surprising me is the fact that Electromite and Nightmare Goblin's are already on the list, despite being very recent. Now, Goblin, I'm glad it's gone because the double summon was a little too strong as a generic effect.
Yeah, and because because its materials it needs, it's just literally 2 monsters with different names.
Yeah,
I mean, how
everything.
easy is that to do?
Yeah, everything could do that.
It's so free, and that's the problem I have. That's the problem I have with a bunch of with basically links in general. It's just
Yeah.
it took what I hated about Xyz, how generic they were, and took it over the top. And that's just me. It's probably the opposite of what every other Yu-Gi-Oh player that plays in the top, tournaments and everything in the meta. Probably the opposite of what they think. But I liked it whenever it was more specific and you had to work for it. Now it's just everything is practically given to you for free.
Yeah.
And with the nightmares, they were the most generic thing, and they could just keep capitalizing on everything because practically nothing was a cost. So it's like the only thing really is it had to be co-linked to gain the draw effect or whatever. I think.
Yeah.
And even then, that's not hard. It's not hard to do.
Yeah,
So-
but with Nightmare Goblin, even if you didn't use that, even if it wasn't co-linked, you still got the normal summon.
That's the main thing that's appealing about it. But it even has an added bonus from that. All it needed was to say you can normal summon again, and it would have been a good card. But it has an even more bonus effect that lets you plus even further. So
But-
yeah, it's
Now, overall, I'm going to say I like the list because it did address some of the big problems. And at the same time, they did bring off a lot of the stuff that's been on the list for a long time and didn't really need to be, though. So it's a Stratos, Exciton Knight, and...
now all we need is the Inzector crap.
Oh, yeah, there weren't any... any of the Insectors. None of them were brought back. Zen Mighty wasn't brought back. And one thing that really confuses me is Book of Moon is still at 1.
Yeah, that kind of confuses me too. But at the same time, if you were playing any other deck that didn't involve links, which is rare nowadays,
Yeah.
if you were trying to play that, then you would be stuck fighting, let's say, 3 Book of Moon.
Hmm.
It's just kind of annoying, as well as imagining, and I'm imagining a horror show, I think, of having 3 Book of Moon, 3 Solemn Warning, and a Solemn Judgment, all on your deck, ready for your opponent to literally try to do anything on the first turn, and then immediately shut them down.
Huh.
I mean, it's just, I can imagine that being extremely annoying, but I understand why it's, at this point, with every deck running links, it's kind of obsolete.
But the thing is, in order to link summon, all the materials must be face up on the field.
Yeah.
So
I
I
can
can
see
see
why it's still there. It just seems obsolete.
I just think that would be a reason to have it at more than 1, so that it would actually see play and be used to preemptively stop a link. It can't stop the link itself, but it can stop them from making it.
True. And it's technically, I would say, it might even be better than, Solemn, because Solemn still sends them to the grave, and they can do graveyard effects from there
True.
and all that.
But yeah, like Discmantle, that one was just expected given that the Awada.
Yeah, I actually did not even know its effect was changed. But, yeah, that's why I was freaking out when I first saw it. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, Yu-Gi-Oh's dead. It's dead.
No, it's not that good. It's probably barely winnable at this point.
I'm
But
still going to try one. I'm going to
Yeah.
try one in a Destiny Hero deck.
now,
But yeah.
Samsara is, yes, kind of odd, but I'm sure there's a reason behind it.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Now, one thing I do want to note is that it seems like Goblin and Invoker were the only things that could be seen as direct hits to Goki. Well, called by the grave because they just played through a bunch of hand traps with it. But aside from that, I don't think they really did that much to hurt the Goki playstyle.
Yeah, Goki. It's just it's not even it's not even just Goki that makes the deck broken. It's the fact that it can practically infinite summon, but then you have stuff like Gillosaurus. Well, are you gonna hurt Gillosaurus because Goki's abusing it? It's like, are you gonna limit or ban Aqua Dolphin because it's being used in Goki, or are they actually gonna put on their big boy pants or big girl pants and nerf some Goki stuff? Because that's kind of shocking now that I think about it, that Goki has nothing on this list.
Yeah, like I said, the only ones would be Nightmare Golem, but then again, that goes for every deck. And I think the only thing that's close to a direct hit to them is M-X-Saber and Vocal, because that's the major thing that they use to start their plays, but it wasn't the only thing these to do their plays. I would have expected Isolde, honestly.
Yep.
Because
still banned, by the way.
Seriously?
Oh, Lord.
So, Sidors are still on the list. Wind-ups are still on the list.
Yeah.
And, what else is there? Oh, yeah, Insectors. All of those are still on the list. But, hey, we got Stratos. We got rid of Hornet Jones. I think this might be interesting. I just really wish they hit Scapegoat a little bit more.
Yeah, I would have rather had limited to one rather than semi-limited.
Hey, at this point, I would accept it being banned, and I'm someone who likes Mecha Phantom Beasts.
Right. About the only things that I would say are negative for me is just terraforming the fact that the Insectors are still on the list, and Assault Core. I really don't understand that. But at the same time, I'm just glad, for me, that Towers is at 3, even though I still would probably run 2. And Stratos is finally off.
Oh, right, Klee, you can sort it out with Scout.
Right,
And with
I
the
probably will only run 2 still, but
yeah,
it's
and with the fact that
that's an option.
and the fact that you won Trampolinks, you can use Scout's effect again in the same turn. So yeah, you have a point there. It's you're not really gonna need to see it that often.
Yeah. So basically, it's just it's a nice option, but it's there. Now, limited removal is going to be interesting there too,
Yeah,
because it's basically for a lot of machine decks, and there's a lot of different machine decks that I think are playable. Um, Going back to ancient gear, but Cleforts, Cyber Dragon,
yeah.
uh, there's just a bunch. I could name like a ton of them, and just a Dynamis still I think could be playable just because
Despots,
of all their stuff. Despots, good lord,
because
that
Despots,
deck's gonna be
Cyber
crazy.
Dragons, and Ancient Guilds all capable of doing OTKs.
Yep,
So for them having two copies of that, I'm sure that's a really good thing for them.
yep. If I'm correct, Orphago, I think that's still their name at the moment because they're still in the OCG. They're all machines as well. They're machine dark, so
Yeah,
I think they also have a pretty decent shot with using two limited removal. I think they have a pretty good use for it. But once again, just really bummed about terraforming.
hmm.
But yeah, and the fact that and here's just one more thing, and I still like I said I don't really know much about the meta to say about Yu-Gi-Oh now, but called by the grave, target one monster in your opponent's grave, banishes if you do. Its effects are negated as well as activated effects of monsters with the same name. I don't know how good this card is, but if it was basically being used for hand traps, at that point there might be something wrong with hand traps. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
I'm just, I was really hoping that some kind of hand trap was gonna get hit, and not the card that's only being played to stop the hand traps. It says like you're trying to stop the thing that's trying to stop the problem. Oh, and by the I just looked it up. This will go into effect. Well, the previous ban list will be in effect until the 17th.
Okay, okay. So actually, not too long. It's
Yeah,
gonna be
that's
about
4 days.
5 days. So, well, 4 days. Yeah. That's
Yeah,
what it's 13th. So, as of recording this,
yeah.
so basically, I don't have too much negative to say about the list, me personally. But there's still a couple things that just
Oh yeah,
really
sue
don't
it,
make
sue
sense.
it. I so
Yes. Why? They're not being used at all because of it. Please give us one.
yeah. Is that right?
Please.
I'm looking at the actual list now. I'm wondering what else would have been fine to bring back. Huh?
Yeah. Gen X Alley Birdman, maybe?
Yeah,
Probably not.
yeah.
But, well, I
Oh,
don't know. There's probably a lot of ways you
Divine
could abuse it.
Wind, Divine Wind
Divine
of Miss
Wind,
Valley.
yeah.
Yeah, because how many wind archetypes actually return to the hand?
Not
And would
many.
that
Except
one
for,
special and would that
Yosemite.
yeah, Senju and Harpy ladies they have an effect, and I can't even say Miss Valleys because they're not even that good at it.
No, not even mentioned it. Here's one that I don't understand why it's on the list still.
Yeah.
And that's Gishkis, the evil Gishkis.
Oh yeah,
Why are they even there? Well,
Ghost
I mean,
Kraken and
sure,
Mind
you can
August.
summon that thing turn one and make your opponent discard a card. Most of the time, that's what they want. It, it's what
Yeah.
they want, and they get to choose the card anyway. If I'm correct, yeah, either that or it's random, so you don't even get.
Now,
I think so, but anyway,
Mind,
it's just
but more importantly, Mind August. That just suffers cards from your graveyard back into the deck.
yeah. So
Does
it's
that?
not even that impactful.
Yeah,
It's
is that
just
really gonna help anything? Oh, Tikana Hawk still at one.
it's
So
just
a lot of people are actually speculating that Firewall Dragon would be banned outright.
uh I don't know how effective. I know it's super. I know it's like super effective in terms of Pokemon, but I know it's broken enough to be limited to one. Uh, so yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if it got outright banned. But I mean,
Yeah,
I don't think they're gonna ban it because it's kind of the face of Links. I'm
yeah.
surprised they limited it, to be honest.
But let's face
So,
it, they just made it so bad. Well, one thing's for sure, Goblin's now the first Link to ever be outright banned.
oh yeah,
So
that's true.
that's interesting.
That's one for the history books.
Uh, but yeah, like we were saying with Divine Wind, I'm curious how much the attribute centric ones are actually necessary. To still be on the list. Like rekindling. So it's effectively a sell charge for no cost, but at the same time,
There's very limited to
fire
certain
with
archetypes. Yeah,
200
yeah.
defense. Fire
Basically,
monsters
fire
with
king
200
or
defense.
flame fill.
Laval, Laval definitely need that. And
Yeah,
actually, would it really have been that bad to give Monarch some of their cards back?
I wouldn't have minded it. Yeah, I've seen a lack of monarchs, and that's kind of disappointing because they did so good for so long.
Oh yeah, Gateway of the Six is still at 1.
Yeah, we'll just see how that works.
Yeah.
Infernity, it's interesting to see Infernity still on the list. I know they could easily be abused though.
I
So,
think that some people were actually playing those not too long ago.
huh, interesting.
So I think because maybe due to the fact that the the nightmares they have discard costs.
Yep.
So maybe yes, use that to thin out the hand. Could be.
And then draw it and then summon it. Yeah, I could see it being abused, but it'd just be interesting. So, another interesting thing is there's still no sign at all of synchros being top tier at the moment, as far as I know. So why is Hyper Librarian still at 2?
Well, it was put from 1 to 2 not too long ago. I think it's still, actually, I think it's
still
just,
really powerful.
it's
but
safe at this point. You can bring it off the list. Even if they did synchro some more times in 1 ton, how much effort would that have taken?
I mean, let's just be honest. Whenever Konami made Links, they basically said, "Oh, okay. Well, every other type of deck sucks. Only play Links now." Let's just be honest. That's what they did, and that's why the only top tier decks you see, practically all of them, are just Links. It's just try and zone out your opponent before your opponent even gets a chance to do anything.
Goki Extra Link,
Yeah.
Trickstar, Sky Striker. Yeah.
It's just there's just so much abuse of this system. I don't think Konami ever expected it to be this bad. Now it's arguable whether you think it's bad or not. If you're watching this video, it's arguable. It depends on your opinion. For me, being an old school fusion fanboy, I don't like it. But there's certain Link archetypes I like. I just don't like the idea of stopping your opponent from doing anything on turn 1. I just don't like that. It just seems if it's not unfair, then it's unfun.
Yeah.
And I think it's especially with how complex Link summoning is in general.
Yeah. Now,
it
real
took me
quick.
forever to learn how to play it. It's hard for new players to get into the game. But anyway, that's a totally different subject. I'm not going to get out that anymore.
Yeah. Now, as someone who's a big fan of synchro spam,
Yeah.
I have a dislike for link spam simply because it takes a lot less effort.
Yep. It's basically a similar concept, but instead of making a boss monster, you get your opponent not to play.
Yeah. Now, real quick, 2 cards that's still on the list are Lustre Pendulum, the Draco Slayer, and Draco Face Off. And I'm just like, why are they still on the list at this point?
Kind of there.
Yeah, just like there's so many that just don't need to be on the list anymore. There's a lot that I can definitely understand why they're still on the list. 1-for-1, Monster Reborn, Waigeki. There's so many that's just like, yes, they need to be at that number.
Right. They don't need to change. They're good.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of just hopefully Konami will realize, hey, we forgot that Inzectors exist. Let's take their cards off.
Yeah, that's pretty much how they reacted to Grand Mole.
Yeah, I just honestly would just like to see it just put all their cards at 3. Just take everything up from Inzectors off the list.
Yeah.
And just see how that works. If it's broken, then insectors get, you know, they get top tier for a few months.
Hey, remember when they would actually test something out and take it off the list, see how it goes, and then if it's still a problem, put it back on the list? Remember when we used to have reinforcements of the army at like 2 for a format, and same thing goes for Snat Steel. Yeah, we had that at 1 for a while, but it was there for 1 format and then it was gone.
Yeah. I mean, like, they should definitely, if they don't already, they should definitely test out like the new lists they're thinking of before they do it. But it's just like there's just so much complexity to this game. It's hard to, especially with the fact that they're adding cards to it every day.
Yeah,
Practically, it's there's thousands of cards. It's hard to keep up with all that, and it's just gonna keep getting more.
Okay, real quick. Please don't take this as a meme. I'm literally just meaning this seriously. Legitimately, no pun intended, but there is legitimately over 9,000 of them. That's legitimately the number. Over 9,000. It's between 9,000 and 10,000 cards at the moment. And seriously,
Wow.
Tyrant Neptune and Supreme King Dragon Starving Venom are both banned on the list because of the Lyrilusk fusion.
Oh yeah. Why didn't they hit the Lyrilusk?
It's like to go into this, you know why both Gen X ally Budman and Divine Wind are on the list to begin with?
Oh yeah. That was hugely
Blaze
abused.
Phoenix. It was Blaze Phoenix, but that wasn't hit.
I know, right? It's like it's the same thing with terraforming. They'll nerf the wrong things almost. It's like they don't want to get rid of these cards for whatever reason, and they'll go all the way around this card to try and stop it from doing anything. And then at that point, you've killed other cards along the way because they just wouldn't hit the initial problem.
Yeah, seriously, they were just killing Gen X and Miss Valley to try and not ban the to get rid of the Blaze Phoenix FTK, and it's just like, Miss Valley, Gen X, stop! They're already dead. Stop killing
Let's
them.
be honest, it's more of a Yosenju nerf. No one plays Miss Valley. You might as well say Yosenju.
I mean legitimately, when Divine Wind of Miss Valley and Gen X Ally Budman, these are part of those particular archetypes. Not only Gen X Ally Budman, but Divine Wind was built with the archetype in mind.
Right.
It was the entire thing that they could do. That was their.
It's not fair that they lose their instruments.
And yet, the one that actually was responsible is still completely legal.
It's just that's like banning a bank instead of the bank robber. It's
how dare you let them get the money? What were we supposed to do?
We're putting you out of commission. Consider your building condemned. Jeez. But yeah, I think.
Yeah, that's all for this video.
Yeah, I think the list is good. Has a few things I don't like about it, but I'm glad it's finally here.
Okay.